Well, happy Friday, everybody. We are here. We have made it to another week and another lunch. And I am so glad that you are here. Yay. We are what? Post Easter. We are post Resurrection Week. And I hope everybody had an amazing time this past week. Was that last week? I think it was, huh? Yeah, that was last week. I hope you all celebrated the risen King like I did. And ours was easy. Our church service, they started a new church service time at 9 a.m. They used to just have one. And so nobody goes to the 9 a.m. now, as it's only 1 hour. So I feel like the Catholic Church, right? You know, they be in church 45 minutes. I used to go with my friend, and church used to be out. I think mass used to be out after 30 minutes, 35 minutes. They were out of there. I'm like, man, we feel like feel like the Catholic Church, and I'm here for it. So we were in and out, and I had a very easy Resurrection Sunday. It was wonderful. Tim took the boys out, and we just had a great time. All right, so I want to know, first things first, thank you for joining me on lunch today, and I cannot wait to hear what we're having together. But for now, I want to know who is in the chat first and where are you from? So earlier, I saw, let's see, who did I see earlier? Can you guys scroll back down? I thought I saw South Carolina. I thought I saw Florida. Columbia, South Carolina, or Columbia, South America? Aha. South Korea? Nice, South Korea. I'm so glad you are here joining us. So great. Let me see. Hello, is that Crickets? Hi, Crickets. Lakeisha, Samantha, Rupert, Lorinda, Nathaniel. Okay, Nathaniel is from Florida, but you're in South Korea now. That is amazing. Nathaniel, what took you to South Korea? I would love to know. And what is it like? I have not been there. Hello, Chassie. Hello, Mika. Hello, Stephanie. Hi, I love you. Jay Coop. Going so fast. Nene Chocolate. Let me see. South Jersey. All right, let me see. The chat is moving. So, okay, Baton Rouge, I see you. St. Louis is in the house. Sarasota is in the house. Jersey City is in the house. Oh my goodness, Maryland. All right. Let me tell you something. There is nothing better in Maryland than those blue crabs. They are delicious. Come on, Chi Chi from Poland. I see you, Chi. I see you. Missy from San Antonio. Samantha is in Columbia, South Carolina, Forward City. I didn't know you went to Forward City Church, Sam. That's Sam. She finally, remember last week, guys, I was like, Sam is in our platform, and I hadn't seen her. So she finally came in and say hey to me. I see you, Sam. I did not know you went to Forward City Church. I literally just taped a podcast yesterday with Jackie Green. She's coming back with her new podcast called Permission Talk. And she asked me to be her very first guest on there. So we really had a great time. So whenever she airs it, would love for you guys to tune in. That one was for the ladies. We talked about all things women. We didn't talk about the brothers, but we did talk about parenting, motherhood, depression, postpartum depression, and all those things. So we had a great time on that pod. So check it out whenever I have to ask her when it's launching. All right. So, it's moving. Okay. I see you, Tallahassee, Florida, Justin in Colorado Springs, Yushana from Grand Prairie. Nice. Sam, we met at Forward City. We did? Oh my goodness. Please forgive me. Listen, I see a lot of people all the time, and I try my best to remember everybody's names and faces. It's just so many. So I didn't realize that I met you in person. But okay, I'm grateful. Hi, Missy. Hi, Lakeisha. Hi, T. Did y'all see this table shake? Oh, I know the Discord is going crazy. I hear it. I feel it now. Rodney Tatum is from Colleen. All right. Bloomington, Minnesota. Pineville, Louisiana. Where's Pineville at? Okay, David, my mom was from Daegu, South Korea. I love it. That is really great. Jacksonville, Florida, I see you. Jess and Austin, I see you. I see you, Kansas City. Happy Friday, guys. All right, you could scroll that back up. I wanted to make sure that I acknowledged everybody that I could see for right now. Meek, I see you from Trinidad and Tobago, my island peeps. I love it. And so in South Korea, Nathaniel said, we're the Marine Corps. Oh, on deployment right now. It's an amazing place. A lot of Christians here. Yes. So South Korea is definitely, there's a lot of Christians in South Korea. You're right. So you're with the Marine. Okay, nice. Thank you, Nathaniel. Thank you for your service. So what are you doing, Drew? That the computer is fighting you. The computer is fighting you. Yes, the South Koreans, they have, I find these churches in South Korea that has most beautiful worship. Now, typically, you all know I love my South African worship. So for those of you that are South Africa in the chat, I don't know if you chimed in. I know it's evening time for you all. But if you're in here, I love Tokozo, and I listen to that South African worship. I love it. But South Korea also has just the most pure and genuine worship music that they produce as well. So it is in their language. But I'll tell you something, when I find good, pure, wholesome worship music, although it's not in English language, I will take the time to interpret the words to see what they're saying. And they're always the most just pure and genuine. So yes, South Koreans, a lot of Christians there. I see you, Colleen from Jamaica. Come on, that's the hometown right there. I see you, Toronto, Canada. Let's see, London, UK. Leslie from London. I'm so glad you are here. Thank you so much for joining us. I love my international people as well as my domestics. But I'm an island girl, so all things international is my heart and passion. So I so appreciate you guys staying up late with us to hang with us. I know that we're having lunch, but I know it's dinner for some of you, and it's super early breakfast, or it's way midnight snacking. And so I do not take for granted that you stay up late to catch this show. Like, that means everything to me. So thank you so much. Thank you. All right. Just Bree says it's cloudy in Michigan and she's getting her nails done. I love it. Hey, Jude, checking in from London. Oh, Monique, you're from London too. Awesome. Oh, Sam. Yes, you gave me the jacket. Okay. Why didn't you say so? All right. The very first time I went to Forward City Church, Tim and I did a marriage thing with Travis and Jackie. And so we spoke. It was like a panel thing. I think he was doing something on relationships. And we did a panel discussion, Tim and I. And but while we were there worshiping, I believe that's what it was, or was it just for her conference? It might have been for her conference. It was there. We were there for a reason. We were there for a reason, and I've been there, I think, twice. I think I've been there twice, and we were there for a reason. Anyway, while we were there, this really sweet lady was just standing in front of me. And she had this most amazing long jacket on that I have downstairs, and it was awesome. And she made it, and on the back it said B-side. And it was just the B logo, and it was amazing. She made that jacket and literally took it off her body and gave it to me. But I didn't have her name. I didn't know anything about her, and I loved it, and I took it home, and it's literally right downstairs, and every time I wear it, I get so many compliments. So now, Sam, I didn't know that. I didn't know that was you. Sam, thank you so much. I love that jacket. I appreciate you. Now that makes all the sense, and you are awesome. Thank you for that. It's etched in my brain. I had your face. I didn't know that was you. I didn't put those two and two together. So, Sam, you're the woman. All right. So, I see you guys. All right. Who is, where are we at? Salute, be safe in your deployment. That's right. We've heard about that large Korean church. Yes. Back to that. Jay Coop, go pick up them tables. I did you. You are right. I do need to get those tables. But you know what, guys? Here's the truth. When I tell you, I have a lot going on. And when I leave here, we have another podcast to go do, somebody's marriage podcast that we're about to be on that we're going to leave right away. And then after I come back, then we have some friends coming over that spend quality time with us. Like they're very, very good friends and they're going to be spending some quality time with us. So I had to make space for them. So now that's what happens, right? I know I got to do this taping. Then I got to do the next. Well, I desire to do this taping with you guys or this show, the live show with you all. And then I have the podcast to do afterwards. And then when we come back, we have company over to entertain, right? So I'm not thinking about this table. I'm not thinking about this table again until next Friday, until I get right here. And then I'm like, the wobbly table. Then I begin to look at my children's side eye, right? Side eye, like, y'all ain't as busy as I am. They not as busy as I am. Why they not thinking about the table, right? They not thinking, let's change the table or let's remind mom to go ahead and mom go pick up a table, okay, so that we can switch it out for you. No one's proactively thinking.
Mom, I'd just like to say is that number one, the tables are still at the place. And I don't have a driver's license to go pick it up.
I understand that.
And I'm also not driving your big body Tonka all the way down there and back. So it's really...
I'm just saying a reminder would be nice because Nathan lives upstairs, okay? I predominantly live downstairs, okay? And so he passes this table 100 times a day, okay?
Yeah,
100 times a day.
Table.
Yeah, true. See, I'm hearing agreement. So does Noah. So I'm just saying at least a reminder would be nice.
My job is time stamping. I have nothing to do with this table. And by the way, I need this to share the timestamp for the content.
Get to work, my boy. So that's it. So we're gonna work on prioritizing swapping out this table because I don't want Jay Coop in the Discord hating on me, okay? And hating on the table. Oh my goodness, checking in work in Barstow, nice. Oh, I see you. Bonjour from Montreal. Bonjour. Who's MB is Haitian? Who's Haitian over there? H-Town in the house. I see you from Houston. All right, I see you in Boston. I see you in Middletown, New York. I see you. I'm so glad you are here. I'm so glad you're here. Okay, pillow talk. Yes, that's what it was. Okay, we're back to the permission. Okay, awesome. We had a great time there. Now I know. Sam, you're the best. Hello from Belgium. Hi, Belgium. What are you doing over there? What's going on in Belgium? I want to know. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for spending your dinner with us. Where are we at? I love it. Thank you so much. Stamford, Connecticut. I love you guys. Jew crew is in the building. Damien, my boy, I see you. I love you, Damien. How are you? How is your wife? How are your kids? I love you, my friend. Again, I think we was on Wide Open and I shouted you out. Damien has been my friend. He's been like a little brother to me for many years. We used to work together. Long time. Very, very long time. And I've known Damien since he was young. He was in the military. And we used to work together in a ministry. And he just always come into my office and we would just chat it up. And so, yes. A long time ago. So anyways, what are we talking about today? Let's go. What are we doing for lunch? I'll tell you what I am doing for lunch. Today, my mommy surprised me because we were going to have sushi today. And I think at the end of the day, my mother was like, yeah, no, not today. I want fried rice. And so guess what we're having? Fried rice. She was like, you can take your sushi on another Friday, but today I'm making some fried rice. So when I went downstairs to go prepare for my sushi, she was like, yeah, so I already went ahead and made some fried rice and put some chicken in there. So I'm going to show you, this is what we're having. We take some Fried rice, of course, you make it with a little bit cold and in the fridge a few days. You take that same fried rice and you put your ginger sauce, your sliced ginger, maybe your soy sauce if you do that. If you want, you can do it without eggs, but you can chop up and dice eggs, green scallions, onions, some vegetables. You can even cheat and get the mixed peas and carrots at the store, put them in there, and then saute it in a pan with a little bit. What gives it a really good flavor, if you can have it, is the sesame seed oil. But if you don't have sesame seed, of course, that good old olive or avocado would do well. So this is what we're going to be having today. Yep. We're going to zoom in on that, is some homemade fried rice. And then she went and diced up some of the chicken that she made and put it in there. So really nice. And we're going to chime in. And then as soon as my very faithful videographer is going to scooch out the way, I'm going to be able to see what you guys... Yeah. I'm going to see what you guys... What are we having? Jambalaya over a bed of rice. Nice. Eating cabbage rice with plantains, chicken. Over lunch. Oh, nice. Come on, cabbage rice. Protein drink with avocado and peanut butter. Very good. Very good. Fried rice with chicken. Loading up for the MSH 150 ride. Nice. Okay, healthcare simplified. Good job. Spaghetti dinner. Cashews in Cambridge. Nice. KFC for dinner. Listen, I haven't had KFC for a long time. Simply go for your KFC, honey. I love it. The Life Edit with Tamika. I just had a banana nut muffin. Good deal. Salad, chickpea salad, Greek yogurt, and almond granola bar. Super healthy. I love jambalaya too. Arroz con pollo over here. Listen, when I lived in Florida, if you go in, we lived in Miami. So Miami has the best Cuban food, second best to Cubans, to being in Cuba. And so being in Miami, in a lot of areas, they have a town called Little Havana, and it is like being in Cuba. And so the best Cuban food in America is in Miami. And they would make their arroz con pollo all the time, or the black beans and rice. And when I tell you their Jamaican food and Cuban food, whoo! Woo, child, my favorite. Ooh, Lord knows. The Lord is in the Cuban food. Sweet potato fries and honey mustard sauce on the side. Nice. Avocado toast and pineapples. Yummy. Lunch would be an assortment of things because I did not prepare today. Granola bar, raspberry yogurt, strawberry. Nice. Get it as long as you get something in that tummy. Halal chicken tenders and fries. Nice. That's great. A latte. I'm here for it. Your homemade Chipotle burrito and cantaloupe. Great. Thank you so much, Belinda. I appreciate that. Cuban food. You had breakfast an hour ago. Well, a late breakfast to you. I'm so glad you're here. Okay, you guys are chiming in on the Cuban food, and that is your love language 100%. Stuffed salmon with salad. That is delicious. Maybe some cantaloupe. So I want to ask a poll. I love people who love cantaloupe. Toast and bananas. That's interesting. My dad, Montana, used to eat bread and bananas. Scrambled eggs with tomatoes, red peppers, and feta. All right, so here it is. There is a toss-up of cantaloupe. Can we just talk really quickly about the cantaloupe fruit? Here's why. Many times when I go, I'm not a fan of cantaloupe, but I love the people who do. My kids love cantaloupe. My mom loves cantaloupe. And so we call cantaloupe the rejected fruit, right? It's just the rejected fruit. It's also the filler fruit. Because anytime you go anywhere to a restaurant or where they offer you a fruit plate or a fruit cup, it's like, oh, we have this fruit melody. But it's not. It's just 4 or 5 massive chunks of cantaloupe, 1 small chunk of pineapple, 3 grapes, 2 things of strawberries, and then 4 just diminutive looking blueberries and then thrown in there, and they're calling that mixed fruit. And it's like, no, it isn't. This is a cantaloupe bowl. And then you threw other couple of cherry fruit in there to make it look like a variety mix. And so my level of disappointment as a person who's not a fan of cantaloupe feels like, can you give me a bowl that doesn't have any cantaloupe in it? And they're like, well, it already comes pre-mixed. And I'm thinking, all right, would it be hard to just take out the cantaloupe and then fill it with the other fruit? And they're like, sure. So a tub this big, right? If they're bringing it in a dish that's halfway filled with cantaloupe, I'm getting a little small saucer back with them same 4 rejected blueberries, okay, that one chunk of pineapple and half a strawberry. It's never fair. I don't win. So I just wanted to do a little poll. I wanted to see who likes cantaloupe and who doesn't in the chat. There's no judgment, all right? I call it the filler fruit. It's the rejected fruit in my life, but for some of you, y'all are here for it. Now, the melon family is broad, okay? Because you have honeydew, you have melon, cantaloupe, you also have watermelon, right? I'm a big fan of watermelon. I love it. I could eat watermelon every day. In fact, we pretty much do eat watermelon almost every single day. I could drink watermelon juice. I love watermelon. But cantaloupe, melon, green, yellow, whatever color you want to have it, I'm just not a fan. So I want to see who in there enjoys cantaloupe. All right. My mom is celebrating cantaloupe. You guys cannot see this right now, but to my peripheral right over here, there's a hand waving. Okay, she's like, do you see me? I love cantaloupe. My mom is the only one keeping cantaloupe in business. All right, let me see. Okay, as of right now, do you like cantaloupe or do you hate it? 72% say I love it. Wow. Okay. My mom and 73 other people or 72 other people is what's keeping the fruit of cantaloupe in business. And so you know what? I celebrate it. It gets to win. Only 29% says they hate it. All right. So no worries. Okay. And I celebrate y'all. If it is a loved fruit, then guess what? I'm here for it. People should keep growing cantaloupe. That's what I say. Since it's highly loved, then hey, keep growing it. All right. I don't grow it because I'm just like, who likes it? But my mother likes it. And so, you can't hear her because she doesn't have a mic. But the praise right now that cantaloupe is getting, the praise is going up for cantaloupe right now. All right, so this is what's happening. We're keeping the cantaloupes alive. All right, so you guys, that's my love fruit. I love it. Okay, so we have some updates today. We have some news. I have big news today. Drum roll. I give my own drum roll. I didn't prepare the team. Are we drum rolling over there? Do you guys have a drum roll sound? Not the manual drum roll. All right. No sound effects. All right. We're going to step this channel's game up. All right. We're going to have fun things. All right. Wide Open has fun things. The Basement has fun things. Why can't Spend Lunch with You have fun things? I want fun things. Do y'all want fun things in this channel? I think we should have fun things. All right. So the drum roll is conference updates. All right. So listen, these manual claps are taking me out. Yeah. The homemade drum roll, the homemade manual claps. We really need an upgrade. We need an upgrade on Spend Lunch with You. Come on, Jew crew. We got to step it up. We need a petition to upgrade Spend Lunch with You.
You don't wear headphones, so you can't hear any of the beats that they have on there.
It doesn't matter as long as my folks can hear it. All right, here we go. Grace Ann says we want the fun things too. See? Grace knows. Grace, I see you. All right, so conference updates, guys. And I want you to know you are first to hear any and all things about conference. You are the first, okay? If it's live right here, first and foremost, before anybody else, all right? So I appreciate you coming in, all right? Remember I told you there was a place that was like, I'm going to keep getting back to you. I'm going to keep getting back to you. And I was like, yeah, but you ain't got back to me yet. I pieced them out. I had to piece them out. I pieced them out because I was like, I'm not delaying. I'm time management girl. And so time management girl says, we have to keep this thing moving. And so I thanked them for their time. And I said, please don't spend any time getting me any quotes. We're moving right along to the next person in the queue. And so the next person is queue. We have a location. We are going to, we actually have a new date. So I did tell you guys November 1st through the 6th through the 8th. That got adjusted because this location that definitely wanted us there did everything that they could to make it work and said, whatever you need, we've got your back. And so I said, all I need is a venue that can hold our folks and that can house all of the workrooms that I need. And they said, we got you covered. So it will be at the TKU in Southlake, the King's University facility in Southlake. Whoop, whoop. And then the new dates are official, October 30th through November 1st. That's it. You heard it here first, guys. October 30th through November 1st, all right? So probably do a setup Thursday night or an early registration Thursday night. And we're going to have Friday and Saturday is the conference. So put your time sheets in now. Get your slips in that you ain't going to be there. And I will let you know as soon as registration links open. That will be in the next hopefully it'll be by this next Friday. We'll get that registration link available by next Friday and opening it up. So listen, this venue is a little bit smaller, okay? So it's super great, but we're going to have first come, first serve, all right? The main sanctuary can only fit so many, and we are going to squeeze in as many seats as we can, and then we'll have overflow upstairs. So the registration, once the main sanctuary fills up, then the registration will be for overflow and then online. Okay, so first come, first serve, and that's it. So we're going to be in Southlake right here in DFW. Whoop, whoop. So excited. I'm so excited. All right, somebody said, can we come to where, Missouri? Did somebody say that? I don't know. They're not paying attention. Scoot on down. Missouri. Coming to Missouri. How about it? I tell you what. If we find the audience there, if there's enough pull, we can go to Missouri because it has to make sense. It's got to make sense. But yes, I don't mind going to Missouri. I've never been to Missouri. Never, ever been to Missouri, and I don't mind going. So let's do it. We could do spend lunch with you there. We could do a conference there. I'm open. I'd have to see facilities and venue places, but that'll be down the road, okay? So I can't promise that next year, but at some point we'll get there. I'm so excited, guys. I'm looking forward. When I tell you our conferences, our retreats are fun. Well, a lot of stuff we do is fun. I mean, I have a good time. Like, I'm party girl, guys. You need to know I am a party girl. And so we're gonna do giveaways. We're gonna do a lot of stuff. So the moment you see these ticket sales and what I'm gonna do, because y'all are my fave. All right, don't tell nobody else that. Y'all are my fave, okay? Because the Jew Creed be in the building. I'm gonna release everything to you guys first. All right? You guys will get first dibs on ticket sales. You all will get first dibs on everything, priority. Then I will release it to everybody else. Then we'll promo it on Instagram and Wide Open and everything else. So I'm letting you know, you here first. Just because you're with me, you get first dibs on everything. And so when it releases, I'm promising you and guaranteeing you, you get first dibs. All right? All right. What are you guys saying in the chat? We'll be having a ball here on Friday. I am the party. Thank you, Grace. Listen, I love having fun. You just need to know. Yes, are there any volunteers opportunities? Of course, lots of volunteer opportunities. Spend lunch with you in Florida or ATL? Yes, I would love that. That would be amazing. I would just have to plan that. But over there in Atlanta, that's what they saying over here, Atlanta. I don't mind coming back to Florida. I haven't been to Florida in probably a couple of years, but that's my hometown. You know, I grew up there. So I would absolutely love to do a spend lunch with you in Florida and ATL. So I will come. So yeah, let's go. I'm here for it. What else we have going on? That was the big news for the day. So you guys next week will have all levels of first dibs. And then in 2 weeks, I'll promote everything. You'd love to volunteer? Nice. We will have, as soon as we release all the details, we will have volunteer opportunities until they are filled. And we will open up sponsorships, everything, because our conferences and everything that I do is mental health and wellness. So it's a faith-based mental health and wellness. And if you guys, is there anybody in the chat right now that came to the first conference? Now that one was a women's one. It was called Whole Women Co. This one would just be an overall Upset the World conference. However, I am going to give my women a day to themselves, I believe, or definitely a few things to themselves, because they have been waiting for 3 years for this next thing to come back. I literally have all the time women saying, when is the next Whole Women Co? When is the next Whole Women Co? We need it. And we were waiting for it, and they had such an amazing experience. And so I'm super grateful. But here's what pulls on my heart. And this is before all of you guys were there, right? This is when we were still pastoring at the church. Yes, I would definitely come to Philly. I love Philly. Philly is my favorite U.S. city. I would love to come to Philly. But we went to, when we did the conference, the Whole Woman Conference, we had a ton of male volunteers. We had a ton of men volunteers, and it was amazing. And they were so respectful. They were so supportive, because the first one was a women's one. And when we did that, the men they just stood around the perimeter like protective warriors that you were. And at the end of the conference, almost all of them said to me, we loved this so much and we wanted to be a part. And we were itching, like God was here, and we wanted to come down to the altar when you made these altar calls, and we wanted to be a part of the praise and worship that you had, but we wanted to respect because we knew that this was for the women. But I want you to know that we were here and we just worshiped from the sidelines, and we did what we were volunteering to do, just securing and make sure y'all were safe and making sure that you had everything that you needed, and we served and making sure everything was in place. But when are you going to have one for the men? And so I just want you to know that never, ever, those conversations from all my brothers never left me. And as you know, I have a big heart for the guys because I've done men's hair for so long. I have great relationship with men. I love it. I love it. I love it. I speak their language. I speak the language of the man. I speak the language of the male. And so I love them. Tim used to tell me I'm like one of the guys, and it was such a compliment. And I love being, quote unquote, one of the guys when I'm around other men, because that means that they feel very comfortable with me in the room. And that's what I want. I want them to know that I am a very safe woman, and I'm safe in any capacity with them. There's not one guy that can tell you I've ever led them astray. I've ever flirted with them in any way, shape, or form. They can't say that. It would just be absolutely a lie. And so I know how to have safe conversations with them. With that being said, those conversations ring in my head, and I know that there aren't often spaces and safe spaces for men to come and have that. There are a lot of things for women that are put on, and for them to provide. There are a lot of things that are catered to women. And so true spaces where men can come and just be loved on and spoiled and catered to, that's my goal as well. So because I'm joining it this time, over this next week, I'll completely formulate how it will look, and it won't take me long because I just love doing this stuff. I could throw a conference 6 times a year because I'm that much of a party girl. It's just fun to me. I won't. Tim would kill me. He would absolutely kill me. There'd be no more spend lunch with you. It'd be come visit her at the grave. But no, I just enjoy because I get to give back at these events. There's so much giving that goes on. Like I know you have it's not a normal type. That's why I hate calling it conference. I love calling it an experience because that's what it is. I try to leave you all with an experience that that you wouldn't get typically in a normal church service. So it's a mental health. When I promote it and we do press releases and all that, it's promoted as a faith-based mental health and wellness experience. And it's just something you have to come and see for yourself. But for those of you that were there, I'm just going to expand it to the men. I'll formulate everything this week, and by Friday, we're going to be ready to pop that off. But yes, Tim loved the conference, right? So I did all the behind the scenes work, right? I do all the behind the scenes stuff. And then he just shows up and preaches. And he's like, babe, this was great. He comes and he brings the word. And so we came in and I spoke, Tim spoke. We had another person that spoke. Tim spoke twice, actually. We had another live taping during the event. Like we did a lot of amazing things. We rested, we ate. So I want you to know that there's a place for you. I had a section there for those who were 65 and older. So for those, I love what would seem like either a marginalized group or a group that seems that has been dismissed. And those are the ones that I cater to. And so I had a whole special segment and a whole room created just for those who were 65 and older. And I just stayed in there with them. I ministered to them. They shared. I spoiled them to pieces, and I wanted them to be seen. Like, you're not forgotten, right? We live in such a very young world, in a young space, that sometimes our seniors and our moms and our dads, they feel like they can't relate. And so they're welcome. There's nobody not welcome. Everybody is welcome, and I'm making a space for all right? So I see this chat is going, so I want to make sure I'm not missing anything. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Lambert. Thank you. I appreciate that. Any supporting wife stands by her husband. Come on, let's go. I missed some stuff. Could y'all scroll back? They're trying that. This computer is fighting them today. Angie, I love how you bring a servant's heart. Thank you so much. Is there a question? I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything. Oh, I didn't miss any questions or comments? Okay, y'all are just coming in there? All right, great. I want to make sure that I acknowledged what I saw. But we had a great time. So soon as we release that, guys, get in, because then the next day we will promote it to everybody else. I love it. I love it. I am here. You're ready for your next. Good job. All right, so that's Nathan saying he's ready for his next plate. I haven't even eaten yet. So here's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to take just a snippet of a bite. I don't typically eat before we have to go and minister somewhere. Even if we're preaching somewhere, we do not eat. Tim and I both don't do it before we have to go speak, because you just never know. I don't want to be full on food and then trying to hear from God, right? So we have a podcast to do right after we leave this one. And so I know we're going to be talking about marriage stuff, which should be easy, but I love to just be open and have my heart open to hear whatever God is saying. And truth be told, to my Jew crew out there, I make the lunch. I sometimes don't eat because you guys have a lot of things you chat about, right? You guys have a lot of things that's on your heart. And I need to make sure that I can hear how to answer. I won't have an answer for everybody. I don't always have an answer. And I'll try to give an answer, but you guys have some heavy stuff. And so I don't want to just be giving you anything. And I want to make sure that I am tapping in, even though I'm looking at this camera and I'm looking at you, internally, I'm tapping in and I'm praying and I'm trying to make sure that I'm answering as best as I can and that I'm trying to hear from God for you in just the small amount of time that we have together. So, but I did want to tell you some things. There's a family that's coming over tonight that, well, all hearts and minds are clear on conference. We good? We ready? All right. So be prepared because next week it's about to be on and popping, guys. On and popping, guys. All right. So moving along, we have company coming over tonight when we come back from the taping. I hope that they're not watching. Is my company, is my friend in here? Say something. If she doesn't say anything, that I know you know who you are. You know who you are. You're coming over later. I'm going to give you 3 seconds to just pop your name in there. 5. Show yourself, as Nathan says. 4. I think I said 3 seconds, and then I started counting down from 5. All right, we'll start from 5 again. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great. I'm glad they're not in here today. Sometimes they do pop in. Hey, Chris B, I see you. Chris B, I missed you. Where you been? Alex, can you put the dates and location in the chat? Yes. Guys, can you guys put the, there's probably a slight lag. Can you put the dates, October 30th through November 1st of the conference in the chat? And then I will send you the link. Everything will be ready next week, but I'm going to give you first. And it's at the TKU in South Lake, the TKU in South Lake. All right. So I was up till probably 3 or 3:30 this morning, and I was baking this would have been my 4th completely organic vegan cake. Okay, probably my 4th one in total from the very first one. And then I did an Oreo cookie one. No, it's my 3rd one. So I had a chocolate one, and I made an Oreo cookie cake, a chocolate cake, and I made the Biscoff cheesecake. You guys remember that because you were asking for the recipe. And then the chocolate cake, everybody loved as well. You guys didn't see that, but it turned out really great. So I was going to make it this week for the boys, just have it in the house, just make a vegan cake. And it was my friend's birthday last week, and she's coming over. And Noah said, I kept saying, okay, we're going to make the cake. He's like, Mom, we're going to make it tonight. And I was like, yes. Got busy. We'll make it later tonight. And he said, oh, are you going to make it for so-and-so's birthday? And I was like, I could totally wait a couple days and make it for her birthday. So she doesn't know, but I made her a homemade vegan chocolate, double chocolate cake last night. And so there it is. It's downstairs. I stayed up till 3. And so when she comes over today, she doesn't know it. Hopefully Shannon here. She doesn't know it. We're going to surprise her with a little balloons and birthday and just a quick something to say happy birthday to my super good friend. And so it'll be great. Now, here's the thing, right? This is going to be so terrible to say. But since she's not in here, I can say it safely with all my BFFs because we're all best friends here. We're all best friends, right? The Jew crew, we are best friends in here. So we really love the cake, right? So, you got to cut the cake. When you bake cake for any bakers out there, right? It bakes and then it rises and it forms this beautiful, smooth layer at the top that most bakers cut off to level out the cake so that they can frost it. Well, I was minding my business, okay, making that cake last night. I was minding my own business, but trying to be a good little Susie, Betty Crocker? Little Betty Crocker, right? I had to just taste it, just taste the piece to make sure, all right, that it was good, that it was palatable, that it wasn't going to be gross. And so it was a discarded piece. I wasn't going to put that part in the cake. And so I ate the cake, okay? I ate the discarded piece, that beautiful, soft layer that you just gently cut right across the top. I was like, man, this is not too shabby, right? Like, wow, this is moist. And then it's just like, oh, there's another piece. I didn't eat the whole layer. So maybe I should just try another piece again just to double check, right? Because that's what I do. It's like taxing. You got to tax the food. The government takes taxes, and I feel like I needed to take a tax and make sure that the cake was going to be okay. So I ate a piece of the cake, and then I was like, you know what, just to be certain. So then there was a third piece of this really, really, really moist and delicious cake. And then it was like, you know what, it's good, you great. You did a good job this time. All right. And there it is. There it is. You did a good job on the cake. So then I made the frosting, because you have to frost the cake, because then it just looks like a plain cake. I would have eaten the plain cake by itself, but then it was like, let's just go ahead and make the frosting. All right. So I don't know if there's a real thing like organic sugar, but I used it. I don't know if there's a real thing like organic butter, but I used it. Okay. And so I did what I had to do. And then I added some other little things in there, just to spruce it up. Okay. Just to give it a little, little something. So then I had to taste the frosting, but it was just a little taste on the finger, right? Okay, that's not too shabby. That's not too shabby. And then I was just adding a little bit more stuff to it, all right? And then I was like, I got to taste it again. Since I added more ingredients, I'm sure it changed something. You all know it's like seasoning food. So then, boom, taste it again. Okay, man, that's not too shabby. So then last night, I'm minding my own business, okay? I've sampled. I did a little dab. I frosted the cake. But because I have tasted the cake and then I tasted the frosting, it was like, you know what? She's going to take this cake home with her, because I'm technically making the cake for her and for her birthday. It literally has a happy birthday sign on it. It's decorated really cute. Got birthday sign. So it's her birthday cake. And what she should do is take it home. I just want to know, I just need to know, am I wrong that I don't want her to take it home? Right? Am I wrong for hoping that she's like, man, take the slice, okay, and then leaves it at the house so that the rest of us can enjoy it? I don't know. I just want to know, am I in the wrong? I could be. Sometimes when you ask the question, you're wrong. When you ask the question, I'm probably wrong. The justifications. I'm just saying. Thank you. Totally wrong. I think, okay, here's what I'll do. I'm going to say, and I'm going to genuinely mean it. I'm going to genuinely mean, hey, you know what? This is your birthday cake, and we're going to sing the whole happy birthday, and I'm going to have the balloons. And so I'm going to make sure that she knows, honey, take this thing home. It is yours, okay? But if she says, because sometimes people be having that humility, and sometimes it be a false humility, right? If she comes at me with the false humility this time, because she's very authentic. But sometimes people get a little funny, right? So, oh my God, no, you keep it. Like, I'll just take a slice. I'm going to be like, okay, I'll keep it, and you take your slice. Is that wrong? I'm just saying, if she throws out the false humility on this go around, I don't think it's wrong that I take advantage of it. So you let me know, am I wrong? Okay, Charles said I'm dead wrong. I don't know. That's right. Take the cake. What if she doesn't? Okay, if she takes the cake and she says, can I take this home? I'm going to be like, girl, yes. Yes, take this home. Get this thing out of my house. I don't want it no way. I don't need it no way. All right. So to say I don't want it no way would be a lie. But I will say, I won't lie. So I will say, I don't need it. No way. Take this thing. This is yours. And I made it for you, in which I did. I did. Okay. And so I feel like I had my slice last night and I don't need any more because I told y'all last week that I was jumping up, was that 2 weeks ago, trying to get them jeans on? So I don't need this cake, okay? I don't need it. I was just saying in the event. And then my justification is it's all organic and vegan. That has nothing to do with the sugar context, but I was just throwing that out there, okay? All right, so Maya wants the recipe. I'm going to run with it. I appreciate it. I was just trying to have a little piece, okay? I just want a little piece. But you know what? I got my piece on the side. And I got my cutoff piece that I did last night. I didn't even eat it all, okay? I just sampled it. That's all I'm saying. I wanted to know if I was wrong, okay? I just wanted to know. Okay, so the Seed Stationery says, as the baker of the family, I can definitely relate to all of this. Thank you, So the Seed Stationery. Thank you. I feel very seen. I feel very heard. My birthday is August 8th. You got it. I got a cake for you, Lambert. I got you. I need these vegan diet recipes. I want to eat healthier. Okay, now crickets. I don't know that it's healthier because it still has sugar in it. Now, I will say this. The sugar that I do use is the coconut. It's the coconut low glycemic sugar. So you don't even have to use the amount of the recipe calls because the coconut sugar low glycemic, you only need a little bit of it. It's kind of like an agave. You don't need a whole lot, and it's sweet enough, and it ain't going to spike your sugar through the roof. You're not going to get diabetes from it. So that's the trick, too. So you don't actually have to use a lot. All right. Grace says, Auntie, if she don't want that cake, it's all yours. But she's not going to not want it. You tasted it. You know it's good. Well, thank you. And you know what? So here's what I did. Sometimes, and I think here's what this is. I only started doing this like 2 months ago. And I work a lot, y'all. And we got to chime out of here because I got this other podcast to run to. But I work a lot. Y'all don't even know. I do a lot of work. And so sometimes with all of my hobbies, I love doing them. And recently I said, let me just try bake a little something. Just let me try baking. I'm never really a baker. And so now, yes, Susan, I saw that really quick. Side track. Yes, dates can be used in place of sugar. So I've enjoyed baking. And the cheers from the family said it tastes good. The moment they said it was like, oh, this is terrible, then we're not doing it again. But so far, they have said that it is good. So here was my backup plan. Aha. See, just in case I get in these little modes, I just want to create, stop doing work for a second and create something sweet for the house. All right. So while I was out, anybody in this room can tell you, I got the ingredients. Noah, it was Noah. Noah was with me. Okay. Nathan, I had called Nathan and said, Nathan, check and see if we have these ingredients at home. I said, okay, if she takes the cake, if she takes this chocolate cake home, which I want her to, I had a backup plan. And so I said, I'm going to make a lemon raspberry coffee cake. Do you hear claps in the mic? Am I lying? Okay, didn't I not have lemon in the ingredients? Wasn't I asking you about lemon? Lemon curd? What did we have?
My mom was screaming at me through the Ring camera to get all of these ingredients.
Through the Ring camera.
She was at the store. I was on the phone with my friend, and Mom's like, hey, Nathan, hurry up and get downstairs. And I'm like, oh,
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I had to run around the kitchen like it was chopped, and I had a certain time to get all the ingredients.
This is true. And he knows because we've played Chopped before. I've turned my entire kitchen into the Chopped game. And so you need to know Chopped is a thing. So he knew. I was like, let's go. So lemon raspberry coffee crumb cake is what I have all the ingredients for. And it was, I'll just make this if she takes the chocolate cake home. If she doesn't take the chocolate cake home, I'm still ready to bake something else, okay? Gets my mind off something. So that's it. It was my backup plan. Is that, see, I'm not bad. I was prepared. Now I don't have to make. If she keeps it, I'll make it next week. If she takes that cake, if she leaves the cake here, I'm not making that lemon raspberry. Just saying. All right. So you guys are yapping it up. What are y'all saying in your job? Oh my goodness. I'm just comforting myself because I really want the chocolate cake. You're probably right. I'm not going to deny that. You're probably absolutely right because the chocolate cake is pretty good and it's vegan. Listen, we have a good time in here. I love you guys, super dupes. And I have to run out because we've got to leave in a little bit to go to this podcast. But I told you guys actually where to find it. I know you guys are wondering about the recipes. It's called The Banana Diaries. And this is no ad or plug. This woman does not know me from Adam. I don't know how in the world I found her recipe, but so far, everything I have found from her has been amazing if you follow it to the T and if you use all of her tips. I learned how to make home vegan buttermilk. I had no clue that it's just either soy milk or oat milk mixed with vinegar. And then you let it sit room temperature and it curdles. And then you have homemade vegan buttermilk. Blew my mind. Didn't even know it. It literally gets made in 5 minutes. But soy milk, if you can have it, is actually better to use if you can, because it has the protein in it, which helps that the mixes with the acidity of the apple cider vinegar and it curdles better. So simple things. She gives you all these tips and tricks. And so I love it. Anyways, I love you guys. And I am so glad that you have joined me today. We've talked about cakes. We talked about food. We've talked about, I got this. Really go. I'm going to let you guys go. So while I was listen, don't judge. While I was at the store yesterday getting the ingredients for the cake, for the cake, I happened to see this. Don't judge that it's already open and that it was open from the moment I got it in the car. Do y'all do that? You know, when you buy a snack from the store and then you can't wait to have it, so you open it up in the car. Am I the only one? Can I get a witness? Can't get a witness? All right. Oh, okay. I'm not the only one. Thank you. All right. So this is called Lesser Evil, and they do a lot of the dairy-free stuff that I have to have. I can't, like if I'm watching a movie, I want a snack. I want a snack, right? We listen and we love judge. We don't judge. And I found these in the store, Lesser Evil, and they're these basically organic corn puffs. So they're not the actual popcorn where the kernels get stuck in your teeth. It's just the corn puffs, and it's delicious. So anyways, wanted you to know if you saw that sitting there, that's what it was. And they're really a good-sized corn puff. Look at that. So this is a ranch flavor, no dairy. It's vegan. It's really nice. So anyway, there's that. Stick it out. They want me to stick it out closer. This is it. It is so good. So anyways, they have some that have dairy in it. So if you get it, watch out. But I love to snack. So I like to find healthy snacks if I'm doing it. But anyways, I love you guys. I got to go. And you guys have to go. So thank you so much for joining me. Wherever you are around the world, you know that I appreciate you and I love you so much. Thank you for spending your evenings with me, your midnights with me, your early mornings, and especially your lunch. I love you guys. And until next Friday, I will see you. I will see you with information about conference. I will see you about information with other things. And be safe, be good. I love you guys. Bye.